Hey guys, this is Jay Calderon with Jay Unboxing here giving you my personal prediction for this weekend's bout between Canelo Alvarez, champion at 168 pounds, and mandatory challenger Avni Yildirim. Remember, before we get started, this is just my take. Your take can be left down in the comments and I'd love to hear them. As mentioned, this is Canelo versus Yildirim. It's for the World Super Middleweight title at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Should be about 10 to 15,000 fans in attendance as well, so that should be pretty interesting. And in America, this will be airing on DAZN. And in some ways, with all due respect to Yildirim, this seems more of a prediction for how Canelo wins, not if. However, let's look into Yildirim's best chances nonetheless. For Yildirim to win, he needs to force the exchanges. While he might get caught with shots that end his night in these exchanges, he has to take chances. He's not outboxing Canelo, and he isn't going to be getting any benefit of the doubt if it does go to the distance. He just has to keep his defense a bit tighter, which he's gotten a bit better at over the course of his last few fights. But that's going to give him his best shot if he's, at the very least, throwing and giving himself the opportunities to land. And one way he can boost his chances that way is try to force Canelo back. One way he can keep himself a bit safer is if he pushes him back, and while Alvarez is a decent counterpuncher, he at least improves his chances if the Mexican is on his back foot. If he's letting him come forward and steamroll him the way that Canelo tries to do sometimes, Yildirim as a bigger man is giving up basically one of his best advantages, if you can call it that. And backing him up also does another thing that will ultimately lead to Yildirim's success if he is to have it, which is it will set up overhand rights. And in terms of a single shot, I mean, that's what I'd have to say is going to give him his best bet. Canelo dips a little bit as he steps back. You can catch him there, and that might be where you have some success. For Canelo Alvarez to win, he needs to look to land left hooks. The left hand is the shot Yildirim is susceptible to, especially during exchanges, as his right hand tends to dip a bit and fall as he throws his own left hand. So if Canelo can time that, that gives him a really good shot of landing that left hand. And this is also something he can set up by throwing body shots on the inside. One way to keep a bigger man that likes to come in, a little bit honest, is with that body shot. And if he's already setting up the hook upstairs, it will help to vary it and throw it to the body sometimes as well. And finally, I think it would be wise of Canelo to stay off the ropes. Again, why give Yildirim his #1 advantage by backing up and letting him steamroll or build up steam in that way? He does like to post up on the ropes a little bit at times, does Canelo. Against bigger fighters, though, I just don't think it's advisable. He can back up at times to set up traps, but lingering too long will give Yildirim more opportunities than are necessary. Ultimately, my pick here is not much of a surprise. I mean, I'm going to go with Canelo, and I'm picking the Mexican by stoppage. The question is what phase of the fight. I'm torn between early and middle rounds, to be honest. Due to Canelo's cautious nature, I'll say middle frames, catching Yildirim with a left hook on the inside that the Turkish fighter doesn't recover from. Canelo via early mid rounds, 5, 6, 7, something like that. Betting odds, as expected, they're greatly in favor of Canelo, with the champion coming in at minus 10,000. And for those unsure of what that means, if you bet $100 on Canelo and he wins, you would receive $1 as profit. Safe to say he's the favorite. Now, if you enjoy a fun long shot bet that you completely expect to lose, enter Avni Yildirim at plus 1,600. At 16 to 1, if you have 20 bucks you can live without, it might make the fight that seems on paper something of a mismatch a little more exciting. In reality, though, there are no smart bets to be made here, in my personal opinion. My prediction thus far going into this fight weekend is 2-2-1 with 1 exact. So let me know your guys' picks lately and what you have going for this fight. I presume quite a bit of you are picking Canelo, but would love to hear some of your predictions, bets, so on and so forth. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow, of course, at jcalderon_JOB on Twitter, and you can email me at junboxing@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you there. And as always, until next time.